Hey there, my yogi friend. Thank you so much for joining me here on my YouTube channel. This is going to be a calming yin yoga practice to relieve stress, and it's suitable for all levels of practitioners. You may want to have 2 blocks or 2 pillows, but other than that, you shouldn't need any other props. So whenever you're ready, get onto your mat, and we'll get started in a reclined butterfly pose. So make your way down onto your back. Once you're on the floor, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees come out to the side. If it would feel more comfortable, you can support your knees with your pillows or blocks. This can help let go of some of the tension in your inner thighs or groin area. And then you can take your arms out to the side, roll your shoulders down away from your ears, and go ahead and close your eyes. Take a big breath in and a breath out. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And let your exhale soften your body, melt down into the mat, letting go of any tension. Allowing yourself to begin relaxing. Taking these first few moments to bring your attention inwards, noticing the state of your body and the state of your mind. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere and see if you can soften a little bit, letting go of any muscular effort to hold this shape. Allow your body to completely relax. There's nowhere you have to be right now. There's nothing you have to do. Gradually bring your awareness to your breath, in and out of your nose, softening your face and your jaw with every exhale. Relax your shoulders. Relax all the way through your fingertips. Relax your chest. Let your back melt into the mat. And moving down your legs, relax your legs. Relax your feet and your toes. Let your body completely melt into this shape and into this moment. Observing the sensations in your body and your breath. Take just a few more breaths here. And very slowly begin to make your way out of this shape. Go ahead and remove your props if you're using any. We'll stay lying on our backs for our next pose. Come onto the soles of your feet with your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. Arms can come back down on your side. And then press into your heels. Lift your hips up just a few inches and send them over to the right. From here, let your knees fall over to the left for a supine twist. You can bring your left hand to your right thigh and extend your right arm out in the opposite direction. Gaze can follow. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat. And if you have a gap in between the floor and your bottom knee, you can place a blanket or pillow underneath. Bring your attention back to your breath and let your body completely relax into this shape. You don't have to hold anything. You don't have to do anything. Just allow yourself to be here, relaxed. Observing your breath. Notice if you're beginning to tense anywhere and soften just a little bit more. Very slowly begin to make your way back to center, bringing your knees back up towards the ceiling, coming onto the soles of your feet. And we'll take it to the other side. Press into your heels, lift your hips up, take them over to the left, and let your knees fall over to the right. Once again, you might want to rest your right thigh or knee on top of a blanket or pillow or your block. You can take your right hand to your left thigh and extend your left arm out to the side. Gaze can follow. Try to keep both shoulders on the mat. And soften your breath. Let everything go. Staying present here with your body and your breath. Gently come back to center. Bring your spine back into a neutral position and draw your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Take a breath in and exhale it out. And slowly make your way onto all fours in whatever way would feel good for you. You can roll over onto your side to get there, or you can cross one ankle over the other, grab onto opposite edges of your feet, and then roll up with enough momentum. From here, we're going to take a swan pose, or you may know this as pigeon pose from your vinyasa practice. I will offer a couple variations if you feel that pigeon pose is a very intense pose for you. So first, take your right knee forward, bringing it behind your right wrist, and release your hips down towards the mat. Try to keep both hip bones pointing forward, and if you're collapsing into your right hip, come back to center so you have the hips square to the top of your mat. And if you have your right hip floating off of the mat, prop it up with a blanket, pillow, or a block. And then your right heel can either stay close towards your groin if you feel like this is enough for you, or if you'd like to get a little bit more intensity here and it's accessible to you, you can take that foot out a little bit further in front to wherever you feel is your limit so that you can still feel the stretch but not go into an area of pain. And then option to stay here on your fingertips, or you can lower onto your forearms or come all the way down, resting your forehead on the mat, either taking your elbows out wide or extending your arms out in front of you. Once you've found your shape, let yourself go. Let go of all muscular effort. Relax your shoulders and your face, and come back to your breath. Just letting gravity do the work here for you. There's nothing for you to do. Just stay present to your experience. Very slowly begin to walk your hands back in if you have them extended in front of you. Untuck your left toes and make your way back into that tabletop position. And it might feel good here to stretch your right leg behind you and press back through your heel. Get the blood flowing again in that leg. And then slowly make your way back into your tabletop, and we'll take it over to the other side. Bring your left knee behind your left wrist and release your hips down towards the mat. And then once again, check in with your alignment here. So our hips can have a lot of variation. You might feel very different from side to side. So notice what might be different from the previous side. And then if you need to, if your left hip is floating, prop it up with a blanket, pillow, block, whatever you have, so that you can keep your hips lined up, pointing towards the top of your mat. Your right leg will be extended directly behind your right hip. So just try to avoid collapsing into your left hip like this. And once again, your left heel can be in closer towards your groin or a little further out towards the right side of your mat if that feels accessible to you. And then option to stay here on your fingertips or walk your hands forward, coming either onto your forearms or resting your forehead on the mat or extending your arms out in front of you. And once you make it down, check in with your hips, noticing if you've collapsed into that left hip, and come back to center. And then just notice what the sensation feels like in your left hip. If it's closer to a 7, 8, or 9 on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no sensation at all and 10 being pain, see if you can back off just a little bit. We want to be more around a 4 or a 5 in terms of sensation in order to get the most benefit from this yin practice. And then relax your shoulders, relax your face and your jaw. Relax your fingertips. And relax all the way down your back and out your back leg. Letting go of any need to hold this shape, any need to do anything, or to be anywhere else but here. Allow yourself to completely surrender into your body and into this moment. Begin to walk your hands back in if you have your arms extended. Untuck your back toes. Take your left leg back behind you. Maybe pressing up through that heel, rolling on the ball of your foot, or taking any other movement that would feel good here. Coming back to your breath. And then slowly come back into that tabletop position and come into a seat on top of your heels. We're going to take our final pose before coming into shavasana. This pose is called legs up the wall, so you can imagine what that will be. There are two options. If you don't have a wall available to you, you can still do this on your mat with your legs up towards the ceiling. If you are going to take the variation with the wall, come up as close to the wall as you can. And then you'll extend your legs up with your feet together or hips width apart, and extend your arms out to your side. And you can take the same shape without a wall if you prefer. And you can also raise your hips a little bit higher, placing them on a block. Slowly come back to your breath, in and out of your nose. Allow your body to melt into this shape and surrender into this present moment. Very slowly begin to make your way out of this shape, lowering your legs back down to the floor, rolling over onto your side to make your way back up. And if you were against the wall, you can come back onto your mat. If you're already on your mat, stay where you are, and we'll get ready for our final resting pose. Come down onto your back, extend your legs out in front of you, arms by your side, palms pointing up. And once more, allow yourself to melt into this shape, allowing your body to integrate this practice into your body and mind. Letting go of any last little bit of tension, coming back to your breath. Feel free to stay here longer if you'd like. Otherwise, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin to deepen your breath. And whenever you're ready, roll over onto your right side, curl up into a fetal position. And slowly make your way up into a comfortable seat. Bring your spine upright and bring your hands together in front of your heart, pausing here for a moment to notice the effects of this practice on your body and your mind. We'll close with a big breath together. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands to your third eye center, bringing gratitude to this practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. I hope you're feeling more relaxed. Thank you again for joining me for this session. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, as this helps me to keep putting out these videos for you to enjoy. I hope you have a wonderful day, my yogi friend. Namaste.